So now in the pink silks, only 4 lengths covers the field. Flintmore going to angle out for the drive. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's Rio Ocho at the rail. Flint, Stroll, and neck back second. 2 more back to oncoming in third. Flintmore is next. They're in the final furlong, and Rio Ocho puts away Flint, Stroll. Flintmore on the outside is closing. Oncoming between horses, it will be Rio Ocho to take them all the way. Rio Ocho by 2. Flintmore, a hard-charging second. Oncoming and Flint Stroll. .25 seconds. And they're off. Gotta be lucky, but here's Delta Wind, and Delta Wind takes command. Secret Square, Issacort is hustled through along the inside and is a joint second as the field rounds the first turn. Big Mama Sue is second to last, and Rose's Crystal at the back of the field. Around the first turn they go, and Delta Wind makes it over to the rail and leads it by a neck. Issacort tries to press from second. A length and a half, Gotta Be Lucky third, who's 2 clear of Secret Square fourth. Then Big Mama Sue and Rose's Crystal at the back, 6 off the lead. 5/8 to run, and it's Delta Wind in front 3/4 of a length. Issacort second by 4. They're followed by Gotta Be Lucky, now passed by Secret Square. Secret Square clearly into third. A gap of 3 then. Back to Rose's Crystal, and Big Mama Sue has lost contact. Into the far turn, and it's now Delta Wind widening. 3-length lead over Issacort second. 4 more Secret Square in third. Rose's Crystal starting to gain some nice momentum. Takes the third spot with 1/4 mile to run. It's Delta Wind by 2 over Issacort. Rose's Crystal continues to gather serious momentum in third. The others too far back, top of the stretch. Delta Wind a length and a half. Issacort trying to rally in second. 3 clear of Rose's Crystal third. They're coming to the 16th pole. Issacort now taking aim at Delta Wind. Overhauls her. Rose's Crystal on the outside. It will be Issacort who earns this victory by a length. Delta Wind second best, and then it was Rose's Crystal in third. They're in the gate, and they're off. Laura Mars stumbled as the gate opened. Menden Mill is going straight to the front. M is for Magic is up close in the early stages. So is What a Feeling. Sinner Saints on the outside. Vigilantia is next, down at the rail, about 4 lengths off the lead. It's then a gap of 5 to Laura Mars, and She Shot Me Down. Menden Mill takes him past the half-mile pole, leading by a length and a half. Sinner Saints is the gray on the outside. M is for Magic between them, and What a Feeling down at the rail. They're followed by Vigilantia, 3 lengths off the lead. Laura Mars is next, and She Shot Me Down. Midway on the far turn, it's still Menden Mill controlling the race by a length and a half. M is for Magic in second. At the rail, What a Feeling in third. Laura Mars running willingly. And on the outside, Vigilantia. They're in the final furlong. Menden Mill. M is for Magic right up alongside. M is for Magic or Menden Mill, who fights right back there. Nose and nose could go either way. Menden Mill, M is for Magic. Menden Mill, game in victory. Turns away, M is for Magic. Then it was What a Feeling in third. Laura Mars ran fourth, and fifth was between She Shot Me Down and Vigilantia. Bold Voyager to the outside. And they're off. Perfecto Amor comes out running for the early lead. Bold Voyager on the far outside, and Gurlax in between them, up close, taking second. Then Sometimes Always, 3 off the pace. The 2 trailers, Mongol Altai, and at the back, it's Lightning Fast. Onto the main track they go, and it's Perfecto Amor, leading it by a half length. Gurlax is in second, another 3 back to Bold Voyager in third, then Sometimes Always, Lightning Fast, and Mongol Altai. Heading toward the 3/8, Perfecto Amor, 3/4 of a length, hounded by Gurlax, who won't let him sneak away. Another 4 back to Bold Voyager in third, similar margin, Sometimes Always, Mongol Altai, and Lightning Fast. 5/16 out, Perfecto Amor just ahead. Gurlax up alongside. 2 more Bold Voyager in third, and then Sometimes Always. They're at the top of the stretch, and Gurlax is on the outside of Perfecto Amor, who's not done yet. Gurlax, Perfecto Amor, head and head. 2 more Bold Voyager as Gurlax takes command, coming to the 16th pole. And it's Gurlax pulling clear by 2.5 now. Perfecto Amor battling with Bold Voyager. Bold Voyager into second. Gurlax and Abel Cedillo, 3.5 length winners. Bold Voyager, Perfecto Amor, and then between Lightning Fast and Sometimes Always. Late pick 5 starts with the upcoming 5th, post time in 23 minutes. They're in the gate. And they're off. Very even start. Exit row is going to the front. Here's Saikon now sprinting quickly, and Saikon is up on even terms with the front runner. My Summer Dream is 3/4 back in third. Dixie's 2 stents to the outside fourth. Then Ouija, Sting Like a Bee, and 3 more to Cardoza. Saikon takes him past the half-mile pole and opens up 2. Exit row second. My Summer Dream at the rail third. Dixie's 2 stents in fourth. Then Ouija and Sting Like a Bee still right together, joined 3 wide by Cardoza, who just went by both of those. They're approaching the quarter pole, and it's Saikon who's been the controlling speed. Been there every step of the way. My Summer Dream on the inside of Exit Road. Dixie's 2 stents losing ground. A very wide Cardoza on the outside of Ouija. Final furlong, Saikon and My Summer Dream. Saikon, My Summer Dream, My Summer Dream, handwritten on the outside. Up to rest, a narrow lead from Saikon late. And it's My Summer Dream. Another for Flavian Pratt, wins by a length. Saikon second. Dixie's 2 stents third. Then Ouija fourth. And Exit Row finished 5th. Another for Jeff Mullins as well. Farm Incorporated. Running time 108.86. In the 6th, Smooth Like Butter. Roses Are Blue. Roses Are Blue is going straight to the front on the outside. Delmar Drama has speed. And Little Rachel coming through on the inside now to take second. Smooth Like Butter is next, passed by Little Miss Ellie. It's Little Rachel and Roses Are Blue dueling to the half-mile pole. 3 clear of Delmar Drama in third. Then Little Miss Ellie and Smooth Like Butter at the back, 4.5 lengths off the pace. Roses Are Blue on the outside narrowly. Little Rachel at the rail keeping pace. Delmar Drama getting closer, 3 wide third. Smooth Like Butters within 3 of the lead. Little Miss Ellie inside of her. Approaching the quarter pole, it's Roses Are Blue. On the outside, Delmar Drama. Delmar Drama now makes a nice move and is up to take the lead as they turn for home. Delmar Drama puts a length on both Roses Are Blue and Little Rachel, fighting back along the rail. Then Little Miss Ellie and Smooth Like Butter. They're coming to the 16th pole, and it's Delmar Drama putting them away. And Delmar Drama gives Kyle Frey a double. Delmar Drama, strolls in by almost 3. Little Rachel second, tight for third between Little Miss Ellie and Smooth Like Butter. .45. And they're off. Baby Steps gets the first call. She's about a mover and 12:30 now go on to lead them, followed by Impeach Alexander, who's widest of all and coming right after the top pair. Liam's Dove in the pink silks is down on the rail. The gray is Graceland Gray, about 4 lengths off the lead. They're followed on the outside by Virulent, and the trailer is Rock the Bells. It's a pretty compact field that runs toward the 3/8 pole. She's Bout a Mover, leads by almost a length. 12:30, second by a half, and then it's Impeach Alexander on the outside third. Baby Steps between rivals fourth. Virulent fifth, 4 off the lead. Liam's Dove has lost several spots, passed now by Graceland Gray, and Rock the Bells continues to trail. They're a quarter of a mile from home. And it is She's Bout a Mover with a host of pursuers. Impeach Alexander on the outside is coming swiftly. Between them, 12:30. Virulent is next, and then Baby Steps. They're inside the 8th pole, and it's 12:30, narrowly in front, chased by Impeach Alexander. From the back of the field, Graceland Gray, 12:30. Pulls off the upset, another for Cedillo. Graceland Gray stormed home in second. Then it's a photo among Baby Steps, Impeached Alexander, and Virulent. Wish they all could be. And they're off. Mucho Woman, Shanghai Sunrise, both out very alertly. Hot Rageous is outside of them, up to take the lead. So it's Mucho Woman and Hot Rageous who duel through the opening quarter mile, and Lil Grazen coming through along the inside of joint third. Smitten by Kitten is right next to her, only 2 lengths off the lead. Shanghai Sunrise is in that group as well. Saturday Heist is only 2 lengths off the pace. Wish They All Could Be is widest of all, and Smitten by Kitten now trails. It's Mucho Woman to the 3/8 pole, leading by about a neck, pressed by Saturday Heist on the outside, and in between those two, now vying for the lead is Shanghai Sunrise with a quarter of a mile to go. It is Mucho Woman on the inside by just ahead. A 4-wide swoop coming from Wish They All Could Be. They're at the top of the lane. In between those two is Hot Rageous, who fights on. Shanghai Sunrise is actually in serious traffic. Angles out for the drive now. And on the far outside, Smitten by Kitten. A 16th to go. Mucho Woman, Wish They All Could Be. Joined by Smitten by Kitten late. Wish They All Could Be. Wins it. Tight photo for second between Mucho Woman and a flying Smitten by Kitten. Then Lil Grazen and Shanghai Sunrise. More than $4,085. The last one to load will be Fly Nightly. Going in. And they're off. Very smooth beginning. Constitution Affair is going out for the early lead. Fly to Mars has some speed. And Niles Channel with the white blinkers moves up to take second. Fly Nightly 3 wide into the first turn. Happy Happy is toward the back of the field. Joined at the rail by Irish Heatwave and another 2 back to Liberal. Into the first turn they go, chasing Constitution Affair, who makes the lead very easily, cruising along with a 3-length cushion. Niles Channel second, Fly to Mars hugs the rail in third. Then Fly Nightly, 4 lengths off the lead. Irish Heatwave is next. Happy Happy and Liberal. Onto the backstretch. Constitution Affair by a length. Niles Channel second, Fly to Mars. Fly Nightly is next. Irish Heatwave is close up in fifth as they pass the half-mile pole, just about 3.5 off the lead and under a nice hold as well. 2.5 more back to Happy Happy and Liberal. Into the far turn, Constitution Affair joined by Niles Channel, who's within a half length but pushed along from second. Irish Heatwave is splitting rivals to come after the top pair. He'll make a 3-wide bid in the orange cap. And Fly to Mars is down at the rail. Liberal running on from behind, top of the stretch. Constitution Affair tries to make a dash for home. In the center, Liberal and Irish Heatwave are both closing. Niles Channel fights on two, coming to the 16th. Constitution Affair, gritty on the front end, maintains a length and a half lead close to the wire, and it's Constitution Affair all the way. Brilliant ride by Flavian Pratt to get the favorite home. Liberal flew late. Behind them, it was between Irish Channel
Welcome to a special holiday Monday Martin Luther King Day card here at the Great Race Place. My name's Tom Quigley, VIP player concierge. I'll introduce our guest in just one moment. But an important handicapping note, race number 1 remains on the turf, but we're not coming down the hillside. We'll have the shoot start on the flat turf course that is parallel with the main track. So 6.5 furlongs in the turf, but not down the hill. And likewise in race number 7, that race will not start down the hillside turf course. It'll start on the backstretch. It'll still be at the same distance. It'll still be at 1.25 miles. We need some winners today, and I think we've got the right person. Old timers like me might remember him from his days at TVG. His name is Gino B. Gino, welcome to the seminar.
Doing great. I was going to say, I think you joined me about 10 years, it was 2010.
In the paddock at Del Mar.
At Del Mar. And that was actually still one of the better days I've ever had in my life. So hopefully I'll get the luck. I think I hit for around 20 grand that day or so. Pick 6 I had a couple times. So maybe you can bring the good mojo back out of me. I hope so.
I remember that day very well, and certainly we were a lot younger back then, but it was a lot of fun, and it's great to see you back on camera here.
Less gray hair, a lot less pizza slices that we shared over at Fairplex some of those nights with the gentleman who calls the races here, Frank Miramonti, because if you're having pizza, you have to listen to him.
He's the connoisseur of pizza, right?
We walk right outside Fairplex and that pizza stand there. I think it was Cardinale Pizza. They knew Frank. You walk right in there. 2 pizzas for Frank right up here. Whatever you need, you know.
Those days haven't changed. The establishments might be different, but he's still well known around town as well. How you been? Obviously, there's been some changes. You got married. You have a child now.
Doing great. My son Milo is over 2. Shout out Milo and Stephanie. I know they're both watching right now. And yeah, I'm sure you've all seen me on TVG through the years doing stuff in horse racing, but now I've actually created my own show. It's called That's What G Said podcast. And it's a podcast that covers everything: horse racing, pop culture, sports. So literally if there's any big event happening, we've got it covered over the weekend. In the morning on Saturday, we did college basketball coverage, full Australian Open preview, live streams for Santa Anita, Sam Houston, or wherever there's big racing all around the country. You name it, we've got it over there. Football. Hey, I got my Rams shirt on today. We're rocking.
Big game
Rams tonight too. So yeah, That's What G Said is a podcast. We even do like Star Wars and Marvel recaps of shows. So anything that I'm interested in, we'll talk on there, and we'll bring in guests and people who are experts in those fields.
If your parents didn't use the middle name of Action for you when they named you, they certainly were mistaken, because you love action. Let's face it, right?
Mom and Dad met each other right here at Santa Anita. So my mom used to sell the digest right out front. When she was a senior in high school, she only had 1 class at Temple City High School. She would go to class till about 9:40, and then she'd come up here and she'd start work. My dad he's a general contractor, so with his schedule, he could be off anytime he wants.
Sure.
Racing, right?
Sure.
He can end a little early, so every day he would come in and he'd kind of talk with my mom, kind of flirt with her a little bit. And then one day there was a horse that they'd been waiting for a while. My dad came up and he told her, this horse is going to win. And he gave a ticket. He said, if this horse wins, you're going to come out with me tonight. And sure enough, thankfully that horse won. Otherwise, I might not be here today.
The rest is history, as they say. I'm sure your dad gave you some handicapping lessons. Kind of what type of handicapper are you? See, you printed out the racing form, but are you a speed figure guy? Do you watch a lot of replays?
Yeah, very trip. Everything's on the trip for me, because I don't think I get a sense of who a horse is unless I've watched them. And a lot of times the trip you'll watch, you'll say, okay, it wasn't anything really different than the running line itself. But then there are many times where you're going to find something there where it just kind of, my little spidey senses here.
When you watch enough replays, the radar goes up.
Exactly. Just horses that get stuck in trouble or kind of trips on the inside where you're getting shuffled back. I just feel like the more you watch, the more you generally know who the horse is. And then you can get into chart work, biases, how those races have come back for first-time starters and stuff. It's a lot more pedigree and trainers, stats, and that kind of thing. But I just try to outwork everyone. I don't try to do any quick, get rich quick schemes or anything. I feel like it's the more I put in, and hopefully I'll have watched something, or I've looked at something that a few other people got a little too lazy to do,
Is price important, Gino? In other words, is there a price where you won't play the horse even if it has significant trouble?
100%. I always make a value line myself, I mean, the morning line is important, but for me, there's a different morning line that I'm making in my head of like,
sure, for value.
Exactly. So if a horse is 5-1, but I still think 3-1 is where they are, that'll be where my line is set. But if they hit 2-1, I think the one thing I've learned as I've gotten a little bit older is just, if you're playing every day, if you're playing often, you really have to be disciplined. And, those things really do matter. You have to have a plan, and you have to stay true to that plan, because if you don't, then you're going to get yourself behind. You're going to get a little bit on tilt. You have a bad loss and you come back and you react. I think a lot of times it's easier when you just, you have that value line, 5-1. If it's below that, I'm not going to play it.
It's still mid-January, but of course the Santa Anita Derby and the Kentucky Derby will be on a lot of players' minds as we get closer to the first Saturday in May. We saw Corniche from the Bob Baffert barn win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile down at Del Mar in November. Do you have maybe one or two horses you've been kind of eyeballing, maybe not only here in Southern California, but around the nation that maybe you're interested in?
You know what? Honestly, there's nothing that jumped out of me right now. And I think a lot of that is because the way that the Kentucky Derby point system has shifted a little bit.
You're right.
We used to not, it used to be if you have not run already, there's no chance you're winning the Derby. But now we've seen that go down where horses are starting later and later because those point races are so backloaded that it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good to debut so early on in your 2-year-old season if you know you have a horse that you think is going to be around, come the middle 3-year-old here. So right now is when we're going to start seeing them here and at Gulfstream Park and at Oaklawn. That's why I'm really paying attention to horses that are going to be making their second and thirds. I haven't been all that. I mean, I know there's another one, Jack Christopher, who just returned recently. We missed him in the Breeders' Cup. So, but there's none that I really have circled. But at this point, most years, there are usually a little bit of a list that I have. But I got to be honest, at this point, there aren't that many that get the blood boiling yet.
And in some years, we haven't even seen the Kentucky Derby winner yet. Think back to Justify, who didn't debut until February for trainer Bob Baffert. Maybe the next Handicapping Derby and the Kentucky Derby winner is still an on-race maiden. We're going to take a quick timeout and toss the microphone over to track announcer Frank Miramati. Get the early program changes on today's special Holiday Monday Martin Luther King Day card.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the great race place. The track is fast and the turf is firm. Here are the early changes. The first race, we're going to have a shoot start, not a hillside start, and there are no program changes. Early pick 5 starts with race 1. In the second, kicking off the early pick 4, just the blinker note. Turning to race 3, blinker note. The fourth starts the rainbow pick 6. Jackpot pool for a single ticket winner starts with $43,000. In the fifth, started the late pick 5. We have a blinker note. 6 race scratch number 7, Street Vision. With that scratch, no high 5 wagering. Late pick 4 begins with race 6. The 7th is the Astra Stakes. We will start on the backstretch as opposed to down the hill. Blinker note for number 3. In the 8th, we'll kick off the Golden Hour pick 4 with no program changes. And in the 9th, program scratch of number 6, gold included. Golden Hour double starts with the 9th. "58 minutes to post for race number 1. At this time, we go back to Quigley's Corner. Tom's special guest today is Gino Buccola.
Welcome back. We're talking horses with Gino Buccola. Gino, before we take a look at today's 9-race card, a reminder for the on-track patrons. Today's dollar day. That means dollar beers, dollar sodas, and $2 hot dogs. Certainly have fun while you're playing the races here on track. It's just slight drizzle. It's basically due to blow out any minute now and maybe have partly cloudy skies. It's not going to impact either racing surface at all, that's for sure. Let's take a look at race number one.
Can I give one shout before?
Of course.
There's a contest today because it's holiday Monday, every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on santanita.com. Pick'em.santanita.com. They're free to enter. They're prop contests that combine today's races with some of the games.
So give an example because I'm familiar with it.
So it'll be like there are 12 props that you pick. One of the questions will be pick the winner of race 4.
Sure.
One of them will be how many wins does Flavian Pratt have on the card today?
Exactly.
And it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up. Then another question will be pick the point spread in the Rams game tonight or the over under in that game. So if you know sports and if you know racing, you'll really love these. They're free, Tom, too. That's
you can play online.
Best bankroll builder in the world because if you finish dead last, it doesn't hurt you at all. And you just get a free 500 if you win. So check them out. Pick'em.santanita.com. You can click right on them from the Santa Anita website. They're right in the contest section with all the Showviver stuff.
Free is the most popular word in the English language.
Oh, yeah.
English language, that's for sure. Well, let's kick it off, Gino, in race number 1, as mentioned by both Frank and I. No longer coming down the hill. It's a shoot start, but it is remaining on the turf course at the same distance. Non-winners of one other than a Field of 8. And of course, race 1 begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. Morning line favorite is number 5, Gold Phoenix, a second-time starter who is currently 7-5 on the board. But we want to talk about and watch the replay, Gino, for your top selection, which is number 2, Elusive Treat from the Jeff Mullins barn. 8-1 on the morning line, already taking some action at 5-1. Let's watch the replay back on October 30th coming down the hill for Elusive Treat. As we're watching the full race replay, Gino, what did you want to point out?
Yeah, so Elusive Treat in here was, it was kind of a good start and then actually kind of took back right here. And this is a race where there was not a lot of passing whatsoever. Now we're watching a down the hill race. They won't be down the hill, but they're still going 6.5. And I think that is going to be key for the distance for Elusive Treat. This is a race where your top 2 finishers, they finish 1-2. There is literally no passing in this race whatsoever. And if you look at Elusive Treat's most recent race on November the 26th, same sort of thing. Was in a race where Solardi clears the field from the rail. The top 2 are 1-2 all the way around. Watch Elusive Treat now. You see in the finish line that he actually finishes 7th, beating a couple lengths, but it's a real blanket finish for some of the minor awards, and he's just defeated for a much better spot. If you finish 3rd or 4th, it looks a lot better in the past performance lines. So watch when he kind of angles out. There's just no real speed here to chase for this horse who's coming from the back of that pack right there, the 6 you see with the red cap. He tips out to the outside, and there's just not a lot of passing going on. I look at this race, Tom. I see New Park from the rail with speed. I see Mucho Del Oro, who's going to be at least forwardly placed in here. I see Noble Reflection, who I think the plan with them has to be showing speed. They were their best when they were on the front end. And when you have Maldonado jump the board, I think sometimes it sort of tips the hand that you really want to get some speed out of this horse. Run Snappy is also very, very quick. I think this is going to be a great spot for Elusive Treat to finally get the trip that he needs to be able to take back and settle, and make that one late run. He needs some pace to chase. If they're not going quick early, he's not going to have much of a shot, but I think he does in here get that kind of trip. And if he's anything over 4-1, I'll be making a win wager on him.
You can see an 8 lifetime starts in 2021, 3 wins, 3 seconds. So certainly has a nose for the finish line. And as you mentioned, the price is right. And it looks like, as you mentioned, the pace scenario of the race seems to be in favor of him to set up his late kick. If that happens, he's going to be a live long shot.
Yeah, I think so. The other horse who I looked a little bit at was Tiger Horn, who's turning back. Another one who I probably would like slightly better down the hill than at the flats, than, at 6.5. But Tiger Horn comes out of some really live races. Was behind a horse named Law Professor, who won that grade 2 next out race that was on the dirt.
Smile.
Yeah, the Mathis Mile that came off the turf on the 27th, showed some speed in between and was a couple lengths off and was back up to engage. Opened up at the top of the lane, took the lead, but was like immediately challenged. It sort of feels like 6.5 is a great spot. Johnny V's riding really well. I respect Gold Phoenix. Went back and watched that race over at Dundalk. It was extremely impressive. He beat a field of 14 that day. I actually think he really would like the 6.5 a lot better and the farther distances. So for me, one horse that I may be a little cooler on because of the change is the 5. I may actually upgrade the 7 a little bit over this track. Maybe another horse to throw in your early pick 5s because Does it seem like the speed holds a little bit better than down the hill on the straightaways, right? On the 6.5?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Gino's top 2 selections in race number 1, as you can see graphically, 2 and 3. Let's turn the page and take a look at race number 2. Begins the 50-cent early pick 4. This time we're racing on the main track. 6 furlongs of the distance. Fillies and mares, $16,000 claimers. Non-winners of 2 races lifetime. Odds-on favorite number 1, Scream and Shout from the Tim Yock Teen Barn, 4-5, according to our morning line odds maker, John White. What say you about race 2?
He's the horse to beat, no doubt about it. And mainly, there's not a lot of speed in here either, and he draws the rail. I actually lean to the